I don't like the idea of William. When I see him on my TV screen on a weekly, it's just blah. You know,
the best thing that I saw William Regal is when he was GM. You know, you had security there, and then you had Kane. And I mean, that's when William Regal was at his best, which is kind of unfortunate to say. But you know,
I mean, I would take William Regal over Vicky Guerrero any day of the week for Raw general manager, even if he was a heel GM. You know what I mean? But you know why they use Vicky, because no one gets more heel heat than her on a weekly basis. Nobody gets more. I mean, they absolutely hate her. And we all know the reason why she has a job, which, you know, I mean, you got to give WWE credit for that. It's just, I don't know. As much as I hate her, you got to love her. You got to love her because she makes the people want to hate her, and that's exactly what a heel is supposed to do. You're supposed to a heel is supposed to make the crowd hate you, a face is supposed to make the fans love you, and she makes the crowd hate her. You know what I mean? I mean, there is nobody that gets more heel heat than her in WWE. Not any talent, not any superstar, not any diva. She is the top heel in WWE, and she's got a general manager role, you know?
And she'll probably have it for a pretty long time.
Yeah. Unless that Chavo segment last night caught me a little off guard. Teased maybe some future tension between those two at some point down the line. But I don't know where they're going. I mean, they just teased something last night. All right, this is where it got bad. This was where we had a sing-off, and we had Jerry Lawler in the ring, and he had Jillian and Festus, and they did the singing, and I don't know, man. We had the Miz come out and all of this, basically messed around with Festus. They had to ring the bell. They made him sing. Da-da-da-da-da. This goes from a sing-off to a Miz heel promo where he basically calls out John Cena again. Cena pops up on the Titantron, walks towards the ring. We go to a commercial break now. Okay, we come back from the commercial break, and we still have Miz in the ring, who is basically, come on, Cena, where you at? Da-da-da-da-da. Cena comes out, goes to climb the ring, and then we have the Big Show come up. And they did a beatdown angle where Big Show basically just punched Cena over and over and over for, I don't know, Jose, 10 minutes? Yeah.
It was certainly long enough for me to go to the refrigerator and come back, and the beatdown was still going on.
No, you could have gone to the refrigerator, came back, went to the refrigerator again, came back, and done it the third time and came back, and the beatdown still would have been going. I mean, this was just like, wow, this is where we flipped over to the Yes Network, or actually it was on ESPN last night. We checked out a little bit of Boston Red Sox versus New York Yankees, which, by the way, is on right now, I believe.
Yeah, and they're losing, by the way, 4-0.
Oh, no. Are they really? Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. See, now I'm going to go to my remote. What is it? Is it ESPN or is it Yes?
I think it's on Yes.
Is it Yes? Yeah, it is.
I was just on MLB. I have that MLB on my iPhone, so it's looking at the, or at least, watching some of the game on there. And 4-0.
There we go. Well, we have it on right now. We're during it's a commercial break on here now. But actually, speaking of commercial break, we have to take a commercial break here in a sec. Okay, so yeah, Cena Big Show. The segment as a whole, just I ran it down, man, from top to bottom. I don't know. This whole thing, just whatever they were looking for failed miserably. I mean, nothing here clicked. And by the end of that beatdown, that poor crowd in Buffalo last night, I had a guy, Dean from Buffalo, who did our live coverage last night. Every single time, man, I got a call yesterday afternoon, And he said, hey, man, it's Dean from Buffalo. He calls me every time they're in Buffalo, so I can't thank him enough. But he called in Superstars and the dark matches and what happened after Raw last night to me. And I asked him when he called me last night after the show, I said, man, what'd you think overall, especially that segment, the Big Show Cena? And he said that the crowd was just done. I mean, absolute. I mean, it just went on and on and on and on. And somebody's got to take note of the live crowd, or somebody needs to go back and watch a tape from that. You know, whether it's Vince McMahon, just maybe it's different. You know what I mean? Maybe it's different, and it is different because I've been to a lot of live events. When you're there live, and you write this stuff up backstage in creative meetings during the day, and it all sounds so good. It all sounds like it's going to come across great on TV. And then when it doesn't, and we're the ones that see it, and then the people in the creative team meetings and the heads, it's like, do they go back and watch this and say, you know what, wow, this sucked. I mean, this was horrible. You know, does anybody take note of this stuff?
They actually do. There's one or two.
I know some of them do.
That go out there and they have like a meter of how loud the fans are to determine a lot of the factors that they do. I mean, to my knowledge, the crowd is always hot in Buffalo. So, because you get some cities where it's just you can do something dramatic and the crowd is still dead.
But you could tell by the end of that segment last night. I mean, I don't care how good the crowd is in Buffalo, and they were a great crowd because things started off great. But as far as the end of that segment, I mean, you can tell a dead crowd when you hear a dead crowd. You know what I mean? And that crowd
it was definitely dead because it ran too long, and it was kind of like meaningless. I mean, granted, okay, he got beat down, which only simply means is he's now going to be done for another 2 weeks. And that's really what the whole angle was about anyway, if we can keep him off TV.
Yeah, and then you bring him out for a dark match, right? And then after the show goes off the air, you do a major beatdown in front of your 15,000, 16,000 people that were in that arena last night. And then the show goes off the air, and you bring out John Cena and do a dark match, Cena and Batista versus The Legacy last night. You know what I mean? I mean, things like that. Things I know it was only for the live crowd, but the live crowd was also there firsthand to witness that beatdown, and then to see Cena come out as if nothing happened, nothing was wrong, and here we have an impromptu match. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just it's things like that where you look at creative and you roll your eyes. You roll your eyes. Hey, we got to take a commercial break. It's 8 o'clock on the East Coast, Tuesday night, May 5th. We're going to come back. We've got a little bit more to talk about Monday Night Raw, and then we've got a lot of news and rumors. Playboy Buddy Rose passed away this past week, which is kind of a sad story I want to touch on, and just a lot of backstage news and things like that. So I'll tell you what, let's take a commercial break. And we'll come back. We'll take your live phone calls. We'll do chat shout-outs and a bunch of other stuff as well in hour number 2. You're listening to WZR Radio with Jose Rivera and Ryan Clark. We'll be back right after this. And we're back, WZR Radio. I'm Ryan Clark. He's Jose Rivera. And we're just finishing up Monday Night Raw here. We're going to try to get through some of this pretty quick because I know it gets kind of boring when we run down Raw week after week, segment by segment. So we'll finish this up kind of quick, and then we're going to get to some backstage news, your live phone calls, chat shout-outs, and lots of other stuff as well. Let me plug the live chat room. We got WZROnline.com /chat. Lots and lots of people in there tonight. Thank you guys all so much for coming out on a weekly basis. All you guys that are under guest names, go ahead and register yourself a username and password. It only takes about 2 seconds to do when you're done, and then on a weekly basis you can just use that, and you'll have a name that you won't have to worry about anybody hacking into or anything like that. So go ahead, and register at TalkShoe.com. I'm sure somebody will link that in the chat room. Jose, you with me, buddy?
4-3. Johnny Damon just hit a 3-run blast.
I saw that. I just saw that, man, as we came back from the commercial. Now, I thought that was gone too, but no. Yeah, so where we leave off? We left off with Monday Night Raw. We left off, let me see here. Actually, I don't have, you know what I'm going to do? Ryan Gray, who I told you guys was doing ECW spoiler coverage over on ProWrestlingScoops.com. We have the full ECW spoilers for tonight's show. Once again, it begins at a new time slot of 10 Eastern time tonight, which gives us a little bit of extra time if we need it. But I wanted to run these down real quick.